Okay, in today's video, you will see what is the top 10 best support units in Update 13. Every units in this video are all obtainable and not from trading. Comment down below what you think is the top 10 support units in Update 13, and remember to subscribe and like. And with that being said, in no particular order, the first unit is Gojo 6 Eyes. Gojo 6 Eyes is one of the best supports in this Update 13 because he has an ability called Unlimited Void that you can manually use, and when activated, ground and air enemies and bosses will be frozen for 8.5 seconds, which is insanely good, as well as making Gojo's damage twice more. You'll be needing 6 Rikugen Eyes, which can be dropped from Mahoti, Vogo, and Hanamo at the Jujutsu Kaisen Infinite map. The drop rate of the Rikugen Eyes is 10%, and you will be able to have 6 Rikugen Eyes in one day if you play for 24 hours. And you can infinitely upgrade his Limitless with Rikugen Eyes and 6 Eyes. Gojo's 6 Eyes stats at upgrade 9 and max level is 48,321.34 damage with his SPA at 6 seconds, making his damage per second at 8,053.56, which is incredibly overpowered for a support unit. Gojo's damage type is magic. Okay, next unit is Chigaruko Symbol of Fear. Chigaraki is one of the best support and ground unit in this Update 13. Chigaruko Symbol of Fear stats at max level and max upgrade is 74,552 damage with his SPA at 7.5 seconds, making his damage per second at 9,940.39, which is insanely strong for a support unit. Chigaruko does DK damage over 3 ticks and up to 18 ticks at max upgrades, which DK damage helps regeneration enemies, and his DK doing 120% true damage at later upgrades. DK will be good against magic resistance enemies as he is a magic unit. Do remember that Chigaruko is one of the most hardest units to evolve, as you have to continuously defeat the My Hero Academia legend stages in this Update 13, which are quite difficult to do, especially if you're playing them solo. Chigaruko is meta for leaderboard runs, especially with his full AoE DK, and will also deal true damage, which is insanely overpowered. And he's also meta for Infinity Castle if he is unique. Alright, the next unit is Merlin Infinity. Merlin is one of the overpowered support units to have for leaderboard runs. Not only that, if you're a collector, then I definitely recommend getting Merlin, as she is the secret limited unit and exclusively obtained through the Demon Leader's portal. Merlin Infinity stats at max upgrade and max level is 62,127.44 damage with her SPA at 6 seconds, making her damage per second at 10,354.56. Merlin is a support unit, especially at max upgrade. Her Hex ability nerfs the enemy by 30%, where the enemies will take 30% more magic damage, so it is a better Megumi, especially it will stay on the enemy till it dies. Merlin's damage type is magic, and she costs 62,700 yen to max upgrade. Okay, next unit is Law Room. Law is one of the newest units added in this Update 13, and he is one of the best support units and DPS unit. Law Room's stats at max upgrade and max level is 150,141 damage with his SPA at 5.9 seconds, making his damage per second at 25,447.62, which is incredibly strong for a support unit, as he has an ability at placement called Shambles, where when activated, the enemies will be teleported back, which is insanely strong, and he is a better Lulu Gias. And that means Law Room will be valuable in Infinity Castle and leaderboard runs. With this Shamble, the Shamble ability affects air, ground enemies, and bosses, which is insanely good. Law Room is incredibly easy to evolve, as you just have to continuously defeat the puppet portal, which are easy to defeat even if you're soloing them. The best trait you can have on Law Room is unique, as he has 3 placement. An alternative trait you can have on him is Sniper, so he will be able to teleport back more enemies with his huge range, or Divine, which gives him more range, more damage, and lessening his SPA. Law Room's damage type are magic and lightning. Okay, next unit is Oshi Idol. I is an exclusive and limited unit that you can only obtain through the Keikan Battle Pass. She is the tier 50 unit, and she is incredibly broken, as Oshi Idol buffs your units by 15% damage and making the upgrade cost 20% less, which is insanely strong. You can place Oshi Idol anywhere in the map and your units will still be buffed. Oshi Idol's passive only works on you and not the other teammates. Alright, next unit is Mochi Charlotte. Mochi Charlotte is one of the strongest support unit as he does slow at placement, which bringing Mochi Charlotte into your games will help you a ton, especially for Cape Canaveral maps. There will be enemies that will sprint across the map, so having a slow unit in those maps will be essential to have. Katakuri stats on max level and max upgrade is 27,612.2 damage plus 2,761.22 burning damage over 5 ticks, with his SPA at 6.5 seconds, making his damage per second at 4,248.03. Katakuri will cost 67,750 yen to fully max. I do not suggest upgrading your Katakuri since you'll only mainly use him as support with his slow, and the best SPA for slowing is 7 seconds, and if you have less than 7 seconds, the slow won't work every time it attacks. Okay, next unit is Tatsumiki Tornado. Tatsumaki is still one of the best support unit in this update 13 as she will be able to knock back enemies at later upgrades, and she will be able to hit both air and ground enemies at later upgrades too. To evolve Tatsumaki to Tatsumiki Tornado faster is by grabbing the quest from Nami at the lobby, and you will be able to get more alien power cores by finishing the quest. Tatsumaki's stats on max upgrade and max level is 144,668 damage with her SPA at 12.4 seconds, making her damage per second at 11,666.77. At upgrade 6, Tatsumaki will be able to hit both air and ground enemies and will also knock back enemies. Sheesh. She costs 85,400 yen to max upgrade and her damage type is magic and air. I do suggest placing her further back as she has insane range, so you can use her knockback to the fullest. Alright, next unit is Puchi Heaven. Puchi Heaven is one of the best support units in this update 13, and as well as he is meta for leaderboard runs. Puchi Heaven's stats on max upgrade and max level is 49,064 damage with his SPA at 3.4 seconds, making his damage per second at 14,430.58, which is insanely strong for a support unit, especially you can place 3 Puchis down. This unit can be both used as a support or a damage dealer, especially he have this ability at upgrade 9 called Time Acceleration. When activated, his SPA and his allies' SPA will be lowered by 50% and this will last for 30 seconds. Puchi Heaven's power type is magic and he costs 94,821 yen to fully max upgrade. Okay, next unit is Tsukuno. He is one of the best bleeding unit and especially he is a meta support for leaderboard runs in this update 13. As at later upgrades, Tsukuno will get an ability called Dismembered, where he applies nerfs to the enemies and giving a permanent 20% more physical damage done to that enemy. Tsukuno's stats on max level and max upgrade is 89,739.63 damage plus 22,425.93 bleeding damage over 3 ticks, with his SPA at 10 seconds, making his damage per second at 8,973.96, which this does not include the bleeding. Bleeding units are incredibly overpowered against regen enemies as the regen enemies won't be able to regenerate whenever they are bleeding. Tsukuno costs 62,500 yen to fully upgrade and his damage type is physical. Okay, next unit is Sasuke Storm. It has been a very long time I have last mentioned Sasuke Storm, but he is now considered as a support. Sasuke Storms is both a DPS and support unit with his amazing damage and stuns. You'll be needing to defeat the Storm hideout countless of times to be able to evolve your Sasuke to Sasuke Storm. Sasuke Storm has a broken DPS and a better version of Lord Boron in my opinion, as well as you'll be able to hit both air and ground enemies at current upgrade. Especially, you'll be able to stun enemies too. Sasuke Storm's stats on max level and max upgrade is 121,230 damage with his SPA at 7.5 seconds, making his damage per second at 19,131.44. At upgrade 8, you'll be able to stun enemies and both hit ground and air enemies. Sasuke Storm power type is magic and lightning. That was it for this video on the top 10 best support units in Anime Adventures Update 13. I hope this video helped you and remember to subscribe and like. Anyway, I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.